Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have PlayStation doing something absolutely really cool. I want to go talk about that first and foremost, basically giving people a lot of free money and also basically kind of rewarding up all the long-term fans out there. So gotta give a big thumbs up for that. But as well, we also had some huge PlayStation leaks for some brand new games now coming to different platforms, and something I think a lot of folks, myself included, are gonna be pretty excited on. We have a few little various things too as well, so you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, as well as make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Got that Twitter and Twitch stream down below. If you guys are bored, we'll probably be playing a bunch of Pal World all on our Twitch stream down below throughout these next few days. So if you guys want to, we'll be doing that even tonight as well. And of course, give me your thoughts and comments and all this type of stuff down below, and let's go and, well, have hopefully a good time. First and foremost, I want to go talk about the kind of like a quicker story over here, but I think it's kind of more of a funner story, where right now, PlayStation leakers are now claiming there's going to be a huge PlayStation port for major PlayStation 5 exclusives that are basically coming up throughout this next year. Right now, we don't fully know exactly what is being kind of noted, what's kind of being like planned, what's kind of being like, just in the works when it comes to PlayStation. Right now, we just had the Xbox developer event, so we got a few games padded out throughout the rest of the year, but PlayStation right this second is now pretty quiet. There's a few different games such as like Stella Blade and a few other little various smaller things, but nothing super big is lined up throughout the year. And people are kind of curious. And we saw some rumors on a potential Venom game, we saw some rumors of some other big AAA games, but as of right this second, there is nothing concrete, and there's just nothing planned out throughout this year. Now, we still have the rest of the year, obviously, to have a PlayStation State of Play or an E3 type style event throughout the summer, whatever, but as of this second, we don't have anything big. There's also been a lot of rumors of the PS5 Pro coming out this year, so there might be some ties with that one, but either way, we are now at least seeing that there is something coming out over here for the PlayStation for the 2024, saying the PlayStation basically has all these types of big games coming out over here, and according to a leak from a Nixie's employee, 2024 could be a big year for PlayStation with PC ports lined up for some of the biggest PS5 games. So, while this isn't like a big brand new IP or big brand new game, there is at least brand new stuff coming, at least to the PC side. Now, I'm a big PC guy myself, and I've also already played all these games on the PS5, so maybe not the biggest and coolest news, but at least it's giving us something throughout this year. So in 2023 alone, PC players got to experience the likes of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, and The Last of Us Part 1, some of their biggest titles, and of course, although there was a big mixed reception when it came to the PC version, the arrival of these ports have been a stellar across the board to the work of porting partner Nixie's software. Now, Nixie's obviously is kind of like I said, kind of working towards porting a lot of these games to PC, and they're working on it with PlayStation. So right now, there's been a big leak over here from 4chan, which obviously take everything with a grain of salt, saying that from one of the Nixie's employees who shared Sony's PC plans in 2024, posted that The Last of Us Part 2, which would make sense. Some of these are kind of easy guesses, but makes sense. The Last of Us Part 2 would be coming to PC. Makes sense too, because we just had the brand new version get released, which we're going to talk about over here in a second. And as well, that also the same thing happened for The Last of Us Part 1. So why would it not just be the same thing throughout this year? Makes sense. Ghost of Tsushima, which also has been out for quite a few years on PlayStation, has kind of been following that same trend of a multi-year, have the game come out, get it kind of milked on the PlayStation Network, released on PC. Demon's Souls, which also is kind of surprising, it hasn't even been to PC yet. We also already have other various types of the game and like the OG games or whatever on PC. And funny enough, Gran Turismo 7, which would also just make sense. Like, I think a lot of people would actually play Gran Turismo. All these games have been out for quite some time, so they'd be coming out over here. Now, they're also saying that these claims that some of these games, such as Demon's Souls and Ghost of Tsushima, are taking a lot longer to go and port because they basically have just the lack of experience. They haven't made as many ports. They want to make sure it's good, etc., etc. A lot of folks are now assuming that Spider-Man 2 will be coming to PC on the 2025, and that would also make a lot of sense to having older games such as Infamous, etc., coming to Steam. Now, this also would also tie a little bit more of the big legal lawsuits going on with people trying to go stop torrenting and the share of Spider-Man 2 online, mainly because with a lot of that stuff, it makes sense. Like, they want to make sure that they legally are safe. They're going to probably make millions of dollars off of Spider-Man 2 sales, especially on PC. So right now, I think a lot of folks are kind of being a little bit more extra cautious on how they're doing these big leaks. But either way, seeing these at least kind of shows that there is some movement and some vibes when it comes to it, when it comes to these games coming out on Steam and everything, which I think is nice. So that is good. That is wins. We like that. And at the end of the day, like at least we do know stuff is coming. And I think that's a big issue for both Xbox and PlayStation. If people don't know, people always assume there's nothing. There's always something in the works when it comes to big games and big game development stuff. There's also been a lot of studios who haven't even teased out trailers or releases. And while we are kind of looking for things like Venom or also Wolverine, we can only be an Insomniac studio. So there's gonna be a lot of other stuff hopefully coming in this sooner rather than later. But either way, I'm excited to see some stuff is coming out throughout this year. Now for a little bit of proof over here too, some people are saying they have The Last of Us, God of War Ragnarok, PC, Demon Souls, Ghost of Tsushima, all this. Some folks also call them out saying that was just on the NVIDIA's leaked database too as well. But either way, it does kind of seem like stuff is over here too. But also it's kind of funny because people are saying like movie, rather have the OG, Demon Souls, for the game. Ubi Slop, Car Slop, which is kind of funny, but at the end of the day, what can you go and say? And obviously a lot of folks are still fighting on the fat over here to Bloodborne as well. So, intriguing to go and see all these potential leaks. Now, some kind of really cool stuff over here from PlayStation. If you guys missed it, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is coming out / came out already, so people had a chance to creep on this. But one thing that was actually really nice is that PlayStation actually did something kind of solid. We usually have been kind of a little bit on the iffy side when it comes to, well, money, when it comes to everything else. But PlayStation was refunding The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered pre-orders if you own the PS4 game. So either way, they're kind of helping out people out. Like, I like when I see PlayStation doing stuff like this, or even other big companies as well. With The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered launching today and people's digital pre-orders finally being available to play, some users actually noticed that PlayStation has already gone ahead and issued a refund. The reason for this is that it's proactively identified folks who placed a full price order for the game itself, but already own the digital version. This is all like an automated system that someone at PlayStation planned up, and they probably could have let these orders just go through. Now, I think some people would have been upset about it, especially knowing this random $10 upcharge if they didn't know about that originally, because it's way cheaper than buying the full game. That's a win. I don't mind the $10 myself. Talked about that in a few different videos. But when it comes to this one, like, this is cool. They had an automated system and gave an automated alert that let people know that if you went and you bought the digital version already, for the full like $75 odd version or USD or Euro, whatever, when it comes to this, their same $10 is just basically like moved down to that. They're basically saying, hey, we're going to refund the rest of the stuff. You spent the $75. We're going to take $10 of it because it's what you kind of owe in the first place. We'll give you either store credit, refund, or whatever, and we'll hook you guys on up. Saying thank you for the pre-order of The Last of Us. You guys can also see it on here too as well, but thank you for the pre-order of The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered from the PlayStation Store. As an owner of the PS4 digital version of The Last of Us Part 2, a digital upgrade to the PS5 digital version will be available at a deeply discounted price on launch day of basically $119. We don't want you to lose out on that opportunity, so as a gesture of goodwill, we have refunded your purchase from the pre-order of the PS5 version of The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered so that you may purchase the digital upgrade on launch day. Rest assured that the purchasing of digital upgrade, you'll also receive any pre-order bonuses, including on your original pre-order. The refund amount is paid back to your original payment method. So they're basically saying, hey, you spent the money already. You don't have to spend the money on it. We got you. We want to make sure you're like we're supporting you in the first place. And they send all these types of messages. This may take up to 60 days to appear on your statement. If for any reason you're unable to issue the refund to your original payment method, say you get a brand new credit card, the date, you forgot about it, whatever, I don't know, you close the account, then basically you'll just have a PlayStation Network wallet ID, which is still nice, just in case there's any issues with that nonetheless. So here's the message that popped up too, which I would say, and just knowing my thoughts, anytime I saw a pop-up like this, let's go and say like I launch my PS5 and someone says, regarding your insert blank, probably would be sitting there, probably be a little bit scared. Either way, this was an all-around good message. We do appreciate this either way, especially because all the people are, like, these are probably hardcore fans who already either started watching from the brand new TV show, played the original remake not too long ago, or maybe they already own the game as well. So all around, these are just kind of basically PlayStation supporting its kind of more hardcore members, which I think is a big win nonetheless. Now, last but not least, we actually are going to be leaving some games in the PlayStation Plus Extra in February. So in case you guys are curious, let me move my webcam a little bit over here. So I was over here from Pal World. By the way, follow the Twitter and Twitch, you just want to check on some of that. But we're releasing some games such as Tekken 7, Resident Evil, Lost Sphear, I Am Setsuna, Thomas Was Alone, Hue, Lost Words, and Okinaki, and also Ace Combat 2. So some of these games are bigger games. When it comes to the last for the PlayStation Plus tabs, basically for this one in February 20th, make sure you guys are just basically go check them out or get them if you want them before they're all gone. I thought Tekken 7 was a dope game. I think Resident Evil is a phenomenal game, and we're kind of overdue for a new Resident Evil, I'll be honest. And Ace Combat, although very wacky and strange, was a very fun game. Also, at the same time, there's a lot of indie games on there like Tacoma, Lost Sphere, I'm Setsuna. So if you just want to go and check out something new, you guys can. Like, I mean, if you guys have another like month or so for it, I just want to remind you guys this is a big last chance for a lot of you guys out here when it comes to these games too as well. So yeah, some things like Tekken 8 coming out very soon. What's the point? And of course, there's two, they're kind of switching up some of these different types of games too as well. They have Resident Evil 2, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Just Cause 3, and a few other ones too as well joining the library. So obviously just take sure you can take advantage of this stuff if you can. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Give me all your thoughts and comments down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Check out some Power World. I'm like an hour or so up on Twitch. You guys are bored, and I appreciate y'all for existing here in the first place.